I'm Old Head Ed.
And I'm Mr. Beleaf. And we like to welcome y'all to Barcodes. Barcodes is a podcast where we delve into the lyrics of your favorite MCs, verse by verse.
Each episode, we invite an artist onto the show,
break down their own bars, and give the listeners a deeper understanding of the meaning and inspiration behind their music.
From underground up-and-comers to established industry veterans.
We cover it all. So join us as we explore the art of MCing and the stories behind the bars on Barcodes.
So Barcodes.
Welcome to Barcodes.
We're back at it. Shottie was so
I drove here again.
Yeah.
I drove here again. I love you guys.
Yo, we appreciate you for dropping in again because
so generous with his time that he said, you know what? Let's do another one. And who are we to argue? We got the GOAT in the building.
I really liked the first one we did, man.
Did you, I'm glad
it did well too, though. It did well. So nice. Like, yeah, man. Like we're definitely grateful that you're coming back on the show and you're gonna bless us with another explanation on your bars today, man. It's gonna be fun.
The format is fire because like the way you guys go bar by bar, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's fire, bro. And I hope I picked a dope verse this time, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So today,
wait.
I hope I picked a dope one this time, bro.
As opposed to all the other dope verses you have, like
I wish I could have gone through the whole catalog, not just Goat Farm. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, the good thing is that if shit rings off, this ain't gonna end.
We'll do more.
Yeah, we're gonna bother you later on, and you know what I'm saying. We're gonna be like, this is not gonna be the last one. We're gonna be like, hey, Shottie,
y'all gonna have to drive to me next time.
I'm with it, bro.
We've done it before. You know what I'm saying? So
we have.
Anything for the bars at the end of the day, because we want to know. We definitely want to see the algorithm of the codes inside of the bars from the MC's mind. You know what I'm saying? So
bars matter.
Bars matter. Indeed. Speaking of, this time we're going to delve into the bars of Terp Talk. One of the songs you got on the project, Goat Farm, and it's featured, big time feature off this too. Grafh. I know of Grafh directly through you.
No shit.
Yeah, like
you didn't know Grafh?
I had no idea who Grafh was, and I think when I was on Human Sushi, there was one moment where at that time there was the conversation of Slaughterhouse and who could have been that. Whatever, the third or the fourth member or the fifth member of Slaughterhouse, and then that's when you said you submitted Grafh as the guy you think could have fit right there with whoever else would have felt was falling off at the time.
I was right too.
Yeah.
Grafh is a monster, dog. Grafh is a monster, dog. Yeah. He's dope as fuck.
Yeah. One of the best.
Yeah,
honestly,
definitely
one of the best.
So, number one, we're gonna go into whatever you feel comfortable with, because last time that you were here, you broke it down to like a close to a 4 or 5 bar segments. But whatever you're comfortable with, we're gonna go into the first couple of lines, and you already know the format, so let's see what's up. Let's jump.
The question is though, how much? Yeah, well, the question is how different was your surroundings when you wrote. Sincerely Yours, as opposed to this. So I don't know if Beleaf wants to bless us with that question again.
My question. Do you remember when you created this verse, and what kind of mindset were you in when you created it?
This one was not so much like the Sincerely Yours verse, because I don't know if there was enough. I don't know if there was as much pressure on this one. This one was like early in the album, and I had no idea that it was gonna be like a feature or anything like that. This honestly was one of those that came to me super quick.
Okay.
And I just I literally sat down, you know what I'm saying, for like 30 minutes, came up with it, and then just dropped it and sent it to Tev. You know what I mean? And then later we were like, yo, who would sound dope on this? And we landed on Grafh, which is
I mean, you can say that in almost every and on almost every track with Grafh. You know what I mean? Because Grafh could kill almost every record. Like from what I've heard from.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, once Tev suggested Grafh, it's like I couldn't unhear it. I was like, bro, that's the one. Yeah. And and Tev ain't even as much a Grafh fan as I am. Like I'm the one that put Tev onto Grafh.
But by virtue of knowing you, understanding.
Exactly.
Yes.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
Yeah,
no,
but he was like, bro, Grafh. Like you and Grafh would sound dope on this. You know what I mean?
Good call to Tev, yo. Yeah. Tev, man. Shit.
And shout out to Grafh too, man. Like he promoted the single, you know what I mean? Like he he liked it. You feel me? So
Yeah.
and like that's a legend, bro. You know what I'm saying? So,
Word.
Yeah.
Definitely a dope record, yo. Definitely check it out. It's
Terp
on the
Talk.
farm.
The Terp
Let's get
is
into
terping,
it.
baby.
Let's get into it right here.
You know the
Terp
smell.
Talk.
My inner voice sound like Ghostface. Wait. You know that's a human sushi bar,
Yes,
right?
yeah, I know.
I had that's why I had to throw this one in there,
Yeah.
bro. Because I said that on Human Sushi.
Yes,
I think you were
recall.
on the show.
Yes, I was on the show. And then and if I wasn't on the show, then when you came on Bruce Beats and Eats, you and Renee for the first time, it made a resurgence.
Yeah,
It
it's
made a
something I've
resurgence.
always said, bro.
Yes.
And it's just like a funny thing, you know. But bro, honestly, it's just like a reverence. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like this. I love Wu-Tang, bro, and I mention it a lot too.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I've just always been a big Wu-Tang fan. Ghostface, one of my favorite MCs. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all that was.
There's been a couple times that we've had conversation amongst the group, and there's always a line that sneaks in mid conversation, and you're like he's laying there like a newborn baby,
Newborn fucking baby, God. You know what I mean?
It's like, and then not most people, but some people be like they're off on their own and they don't pick up on it right away.
Yeah.
And we look at each other like, yeah, okay,
Yeah, I love Wu-Tang, man. So, you know, my inner voice sound like Ghostface. Daytona 500 racing with no brakes. So obviously Daytona 500 is a reference to the Ghostface track.
yeah, the Bob James sample, the Nautilus, Daytona 500,
But it goes more into my writing process too. Like that's how I write, and it's kind of how I wrote this verse, as I was saying. You know what I mean? I was just racing with no brakes, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's kind of how I was feeling that day, I guess. Because if you listen to that beat, it's real.
It's fast.
It's energetic.
Yeah,
it's
very,
fast.
very,
it's like,
very energetic.
It's frenetic too. Like it's chaotic. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going on. So that's what I heard. And I think maybe Daytona 500 is probably the first thing that came to mind before I said my inner. That's when I was like, oh shit, I could just use the shit I always say. My inner voice sound like Ghostface.
Okay.
But it's really because the beat reminded me of Daytona 500.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it lent to that first line being like, yeah, this is a match.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Daytona 500 racing with no brakes. Fuck it, if I crash, I'll exploit it like the oh yay. Them boys in the paddy wagon was calling me oh yay.
All right. So so we're that first line there.
The first line I think connects to
everybody's-
the first two. You
Correct.
know, that third line.
Yeah, if you crash, I'll explode it like the old Jay. And everybody's familiar with, Kanye with his early ascension and, avoiding a fatal accident, and then Through the Wire comes out. And him making it kind of like his calling card.
Right.
So we got that part. So now the next line, if you're not from South Florida, you'll probably have a little bit of a hard time kind of getting a grip on what it is you're saying there. But
so I kind of got to say it with the rest of the shit too.
Yeah, do
so
that.
the boys in the paddy wagon was calling me oh yay. The only other Spanish dude was crying on his own lap. Yo sé que tiene miedo, papi, but you don't want to show that. All right. So it's like that's based on some real shit too. So I'll give the story real quick. It's
I was thinking that had to derive from some kind of story, like some kind of personal.
and I think that was on
experience.
Human Sushi too.
I think I talked about this one time. Yeah. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. One time I got roped and they put me in the paddy wagon. You know what I mean? And I was the only Chico in there. You know what I mean? The rest of it was a bunch of black dudes, right?
Yeah.
So, they're talking among themselves, kind of leaving me out of the conversation, you know what I'm saying? So one of them says to the other dude, he's like, yeah, bro, just like always just, a bunch of brothers in here. They ain't saying brothers, you know what I'm saying? But, a bunch of brothers in here. And one press two. And the dude was like, press two? What's a press two? My man said, for Spanish, press two. I was like, yo, I laughed. I ended up in the cell with that dude.
How do you break into a comedy routine while you locked up? Not, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
that.
It kind of broke the ice in the room. I'm not even gonna.
That's a funny fucking segment. Like the press too. Like that got me rolling right there, yo.
And he baited the dude. Like the dude was like, "What's a press two?" Like it was a perfully timed comedic routine.
Yeah,
like, it was beautiful. So even I had to laugh at that. You know what I mean? But later, a couple minutes later, they let in another dude, and it was like a Cuban dude who was like maybe in his 40s, you know what I'm saying? But he was like a real small dude, kind of frail. I don't know what the fuck he did, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm like, okay, well, there's another Chico in here. I was already cool with homies because, I started joking with them and shit. You know what I mean? But, there's another Chico in here. And he he puts his head on his lap and he starts crying. And I remember telling him in Spanish so nobody else could understand me.
Yeah.
It was like, papi, contrólate.
Yeah.
¿Me entiendes? You don't want to be doing that. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that, dog.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, that's kind of where that came from.
Got you. Then you go into I told him.
The only other Spanish dude was crying on his own lap. Yo sé que tiene miedo, papi. But you don't want to show that. I told him, wipe your tears before we get up in these tears because they smuggled in some shears and they'll stab you for the sheer fuck of it. And I'm trying to be out this bitch by tomorrow morning. You need a hug, a teddy bear, and baby bottle warmer. So basically, it's like, bro, man the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
You don't know what what's going on in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't be showing weakness like that, dog. That's a no.
It's not only that. It's like I'm in here for some bullshit. So I'm trying to be out by the morning, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't fuck that up for me, dog.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm trying to tell him. Like, Bobby, I don't want to have to come to your defense out this motherfucker, bro.
That's not part of the agenda. My agenda is like get out of here as soon as possible.
I'm trying to get out.
Yeah. And then you kind of you go into kind of like the kind of like describing what the scenarios that you guys might come across.
Could happen.
That
right.
could happen.
I didn't see nobody with a fucking blade, but it's like.
But it could happen, and the last, like, people who are already in that frame of mind, I imagine, don't need an excuse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you come in with that emotional, you're crying, you have less opportunity to scope out what's going on or what could happen.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta lie to yourself to remain safe, dog. Like it's like the saying, like, treat every gun like it's loaded, even if it's not. Right. Yeah. So it's like, bro, you don't know. This might be all good. We're joking and shit, but you don't know.
You don't.
You
Change
it
real fast.
Yeah. And I had, every time I've like gotten in trouble, it's been for some bullshit. You know what I mean? But I had, at the very least, had been in that situation before. He probably wasn't. You know what I mean? So I was just trying to tell him, like, Bobby,
Yeah, that might not be the best look for.
Yeah, this is not what we're trying to accomplish here. You know what I mean? But yeah, I ended up in the same cell with dude that made the joke and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
So y'all went way back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was cool. I got out that morning.
Hey, okay. As hoped for.
I got out that morning. Yeah.
I'm glad that there wasn't any issues that might have postponed that. So that's dope, man.
That was cool.
Shouts to you.
It was cool. So where we at? I told him, wipe your tears before we get up in these tears because they smuggled in some shears and they'll stab you for the sheer fuck of it. And I'm trying to be out this bitch by tomorrow morning. You need a hug, a teddy bear, and baby bottle warmer. Bro, I ain't never scared. And I've been in some life and death that could have changed everything with a slight misstep, but the angel on my shoulder hasn't missed yet. And I done pushed a lot of buttons. Not for nothing. I probably got it coming.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. In a way, you know what I'm saying?
No. And reading the that could have changed everything with a slight misstep. Every once in a while, I sit there and I amazed at the fact that there are so many near misses that we're not even privy to. Like there is, I'm the type of dude, I'll be driving and at time I'll get, you get frustrated if somebody's driving too slow. But every once in a while I'll tell myself, now there's a reason why I'm stuck behind this person. Like, what's to say I don't bolt around this person? And then I put myself in a situation because I was rushing. Yeah. Like maybe this is the angel on their shoulder telling me, yo, slow up. Yeah. Because, I also think a lot of times, like, how many times have I missed an encounter with somebody? Right. Just by mere minutes. Right. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. Like, the way life works. And I marvel at that sometimes. And that sometimes also is kind of like what keeps me so level-headed at times or cool with it. Because I was like, nah, I think I'm supposed to be right here.
But sometimes you push those buttons.
And then you
get what I'm saying? So
correct.
It's like I'm thinking about those times in Cali. I'm thinking about those times in fucking Cuba, bro. I was in situations in Cuba.
Yes. Yeah,
out there for the love of, I mean, I was getting paid too, but for the love of doing the shit, like, you know what I'm saying? We were trying to find the Tainos and all that, but I was in situations out there where it could have been over, dog. I would have been still in jail to this day. I would like, I ain't Brittany Griner, bro. They wouldn't have brought me back.
I was gonna say, it ain't a out by the morning type of situation either.
No.
Over there. They don't practice that.
No, that's over. Yeah, I would have still been over there. So I think about those situations, and it's like somebody's watching over me, you know. And bro, I'm not a religious guy, but I do consider myself like spiritual. You know what I'm saying? And I do believe in that shit.
You have a background in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have like sort of a foundation of it. That's why it surfaces a lot in your raps. I recognize it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you might not subscribe to the actual, you know what I'm saying, doctrines and stuff like that, but the truth of the matter is it's floating somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying? From your upbringing.
We can't help it, dog.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
our foundation, you know.
That's how we learned what morals were. It was like with the Bible stories. That's what taught us morals. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's like some people don't realize that this is gonna sound kind of controversial, right? Some people are Christians and they don't know it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like some people believe in the Bible and they don't know it because you're still following the same exact rules, dog. You know what I'm saying? You just don't. Oh, I don't believe in God. Is that true though? What's stopping you from you know what I'm saying? From breaking the 10 Commandments? What's stopping you? You feel me?
Gotcha.
I had a bar once upon a time that says, "Climb up your family tree long enough, you'll find crosses." You know what I'm saying? Because that's your foundation. You know what I'm saying? Like that morality came from somewhere. But not to get all religious, but whatever. But like that,
I'm not religious. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I don't go to church. I don't do none of that. I don't even know that I believe in the Bible in a literal sense. You know what I'm saying? But I mean you can't deny some of the morals in there. Yeah, obviously. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? There's obviously drawbacks too. We're not sacrificing children anime, which is cool. That's kind of cool.
Stonings aren't as popular as they used to be.
It's not like they used to be. Yeah. Shout out to Mary Magdalene though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But nah, man, it's bro. Some people are believers and they don't even know it, and it's kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? Because they still subscribe to the shit. Yeah, the same exact moral code. You know what I mean? So
they'll fight against it like heavily though. You know what I'm saying? We're not even knowing it,
and that's fine. Like not everybody has to fucking believe in the shit in a literal sense. That's fine, bro. It's like it's whatever works for you. You know what I mean? Yeah. But for me personally, to act like it's not there would be lying. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Like there's a level of Catholic guilt that we all feel, bro. Right? You know what I'm saying?
I started Catholic myself.
That's a love language of the religion. There's a lot of guilt that gets.
There's a lot of guilt is number one. That's the main component. It's guilt. That's the confess. The language. Like you gotta confess. You get a sentence. You gotta 93 Hail Marys.
Marys have to. Yes, correct.
Like it's Yeah.
Wow. And I done pressed a lot of buttons. Press 2 is one of them.
I press more than 2. Not for nothing. I probably got it coming.
Yeah, you probably got it.
You know what I'm saying? In a way, it's like, bro, I appreciate that I'm still here, bro. And dog, I'm not trying to make myself seem like I'm fucking like I'm Indiana Jones or anything. You know what I mean? But like I've pressed some buttons.
Yes.
You know, I've gotten lucky a lot of
narrow
times.
Escapes, not necessarily, like you said, narrow escapes, not necessarily of the suspension bridge type where you're trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But nonetheless.
But I would say, the average person probably hasn't seen some of that shit, But not for nothing. I probably got it coming. God, I'm coming. So who I gotta talk to? I'll even do a few Hail Marys like I was taught to. I'll even go Sunday to confess. She told me save your breath because you're gonna need it where you going. Okay, say less.
Okay. So you got your answer.
Yeah.
If it's real, that's where I'll go.
Yeah. When I listen to the verse, man, I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, no pun intended, my name's Beleaf, you know what I'm saying? So like, I subscribe a lot, and it's just like when I hear the verses, especially in Go Farm, like I see a lot of the references of Catholicism and Christianity or whatever, and it's just like this bar right here, exactly what I said is like, you were asking and you were like, oh, that's my answer. All right, say less. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is, it's like you're looking at all your reality. Like this is just my perception of it. You're looking at your reality of all the things that you did. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, hey, whatever. That's it. Sometimes you had to do things that were a requirement for survival or whatever the case may be. And if that's the end result, all right, cool.
So what do I got to do? But I'm saying, what do I got to do to get in your good graces?
Exactly.
I'm willing to do it.
Yeah.
I'll even go Sunday to confess.
Yeah.
She said, don't bother, save your breath.
You need it where you're going.
You're going to need it where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And even then, man, it's what I'm taking away here. It's you have come to the conclusion. There's a lot of self-reflection that's happening.
Yeah.
And willing to accept fates. So where most people would start the cop plea and be like, no, but it wasn't, it's like the moment you heard it is like, this is what it is. And you're not okay with it, but you understand why.
You understand I got no regrets. I got no remorse.
Why. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Quoting Bill Cooper till my voice is hoarse. Behold the pail, I vomit knowledge, you hold the pail. Them ghost riders around you, that's why you hoes are pale.
Hold on. Rewind, yo.
Rewind, press it.
We go throw that rewind sound in there.
We have the rewind sound somewhere.
Rewind sound in there for sure. Cause there's okay. So
talk about
the light stuff for most hip hop fans who've been listening to it for a minute. Anybody who's dug, whether you're talking about the Y2K and the prophesizing that a lot of the hip hop artists that we listen to were kind of setting us up for this whole there's only 4 years left, there's only 3 years left. So that comes from
you're referencing just Buster right there, because Buster had like there's only 5 years left, niggas.
But he wasn't the only one.
I know.
Big Pun apparently believed that shit was gonna go down midnight, New Year's Eve.
It was incorporated in our music. You know what I'm
saying?
It
was just part of it, and then a lot of that was through the book, through the readings of Behold the Pale Horse.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like the light part. Once I hear you say, where was it? Oh yeah. Behold the pail. I vomit knowledge. You hold the pail. All right. So you are willing to give up this knowledge. It's coming in the form of vomit.
No. But it's.
But if you're gonna soak this up, like go get your pail.
It's not clean. This ain't clean, dog. This is dirty. I can't just spit it to you, dog.
It's coming in abundance. It's coming in abundance that you need a bucket to catch it because it's coming all at once.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a fact. That's true too. And it's also like, bro, behold the pale horse, right? Let's just talk about it since we're doing it. You know what I mean? I don't believe everything that's in that book. You know? I don't believe every single thing that's in that book. But when I read that book, it opened my mind to other possibilities.
Yeah, the possibility of other things going where reality is not what you think it might be.
So even though, like, right now, today, I pick and choose, I still think he got some shit.
Yeah.
He hit the nail on the head.
If you read it right now, it doesn't seem so far-fetched.
Nah, it doesn't.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't.
It's kind of crazy.
It's barely even a conspiracy.
Exactly.
At this point. Yeah, it's like it already happened, bro. Yeah. But there's some wild shit in there too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
everything can't be connected. Not everything. And he was like connecting everything. He was like, yeah, yo, you know what I'm saying? When you stub your toe, Nah. But yeah, I always gave that book the credit for opening my mind to other possibilities, and the mainstream narrative ain't always the right one, and we've seen that play out over and over and over again. You know what I mean? So it's more of like a wake the fuck up kind of book. Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I'm always on that shit, and it's like, and it's ugly, and there may be some misinformation in there, like in that book. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not gonna be pleasant, dog. Yeah. It's vomit, bro. I vomit knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And bro, you got to be willing to hold the pail. You don't want to hold the pail for someone that's vomiting. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to be willing to do that.
What are the amounts that is coming out at? You got, in order for you.
You got to be willing to do that. Yeah. Them ghost riders around you, that's why you hoes are pale. I mean,
Yeah.
Apparitions usually have
that one ain't that deep, guys. I don't like ghost riders. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Ghost Riders. All right,
it's just the inner voice is Ghostface, but that doesn't mean that there's any.
Right. That ghost I fuck with. You know what I mean? I never been known to fail. I got bows for sale that broke the scale. I call them Young Jonah Hill. Them terps is terping, baby. You know the smell. And now them birds is chirping. That's how you know it's real. So basically, well, I mean, go ahead, ask a woman.
I would have to say just unpack that.
Unpack that?
Yeah, do that. Yeah. I think we get one per one per episode.
I'm trying to limit that shit to like one or two.
Episode.
Well, for the record, I don't currly have bows for sale. I was talking as my past self.
Okay.
Right? I don't currently got bows for sale. Everyone.
Yeah. Right? Do not, when you get the social media at the end, don't DM.
Do not search my car. No. Yeah, bro, it's just some kind of like some rap flexing shit. I thought, the last few bars, I think it's more like on some like just rap flexing type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, It's a fucking song with Grafh. I gotta, you know.
Yeah, you gotta
You
throw in some
gotta get on
punchlines.
you gotta get on yours.
Yeah, I gotta get on my shit. You know what I mean?
And now, is there any correlation between the Bows for Sale being something so far in the past that it's in tune with a young Jonah Hill?
No, but I'm saying like
take it.
I'm saying
Well, I never broke the
what I'm
scale.
really saying is like I never been known to fail. I got Bows for Sale that broke the scale. I call him young Jonah Hill. Like what I'm really saying is whatever I'm gonna fucking do it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not known to do whack shit, bro.
Yeah.
So if I got Bows for Sale, them shits broke the scale. You get what I'm saying? Like so whatever I do, I'm gonna excel at. Yeah, it's official. Like you could trust that from me. You know what I mean?
The product is clean, official.
And I just described the product. Like them terps is terping, baby. You know the smell.
And let's not gloss over that you were like, yo, you know what I'm saying, broke the scale, Jonah Hill, because he was fat as fuck.
He was a fat dude.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, during his
Let's
young
not
days,
gloss-
like,
yeah.
it like coincides.
No, of course.
We're not fat shaming him, but fuck, you were fat.
Nah, he was a
Damn,
fat
we
boy.
didn't-
Like he knows. Yeah, he was a fat dude. It's all good.
He's worked
Yeah.
at it.
yeah, I
We
call
got the
him
new
young
worked it
Jonah
out.
Hill.
We got the new Jonah Hill. We got the young Jonah Hill.
Yeah, I call him super bads.
There you go.
know what I mean? That was the super bag. It was the super bag, you know what I mean? Them terps is terping. So if you know, like the terpenes is what gives the flower its smell.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So if you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Them
yeah.
terps is terping, baby. You know the smell. Now them birds is chirping. That's how you know it's real.
If everybody's singing about it, then
If
you
the
know.
girls like it, that's what I'm really saying.
Yeah.
Now them
okay,
birds is
okay.
chirping. Like if the
Gotcha.
girls like it, then you know you got something.
Yeah, man. The women moved. You know, they moved the market. You
That's
know
a
what I'm saying?
fact.
I wouldn't say, you know what I'm saying, the culture, but they definitely moved the market. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? As far as you got to follow what the girls are. You know, you'll see like Drake, for instance. You know what I'm saying? Like when Drake drops something, it's like, you know, they go crazy over it, and that's where the market is. But like, yeah, man. So now the birds are chirping. That's how you know it's real. Like that. That's a dope statement.
That's what tells
That's
you.
like a real statement. Yeah. Like that's what lets you know. It's like, all right, yo, the birds are talking about
Yeah.
it.
The girls are
They
right.
fucking with it.
Like if you're throwing a party, it's official when the girls show up.
Word. Yeah.
Right? Like let's
Yeah,
be
yeah.
real. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
throwing a party, the party.
There's a reason why the first 100 drink for free, or you know what I'm saying, when usually at events
You have to have the
like,
women there.
The women are the
Yeah.
ones
Have
that get the
nobody
yeah,
want to show up
the
to this
happy
fucking
hour
sword fight, bro.
Definitely.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga said sword fight.
It's on guard, bro. Like, come on, dog. Nah.
Yeah, on some fencing shit.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't the fencing championships, though. Nah, man.
That's facts,
When the
yo,
birds
that's
is
facts.
chirping, that's how you know it's real. Like the shit was popping. Oh yeah, there was chicks there. Yeah.
Then you know- yeah.
Oh, that shit was popping. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a time to be missed because the moment you heard that somebody went to this spot and the females were there and you missed out on, you're like, dang.
Damn, fuck.
Dog. The one time.
Yeah, one time. What was
The
I?
one time, dog. The one time girls were there, and I didn't go.
It was Shottie, man. Man,
It is always a pleasure to have you here, man. And we
Indeed.
look forward to seeing more episodes from you, man, because we
sir.
definitely want to hear you dive into your bars, yo, because it's always insightful and definitely, you know what I'm saying, like the viewers, they appreciate the bars even more than they do now once they understand the whole process of it. And that's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? That's what Barcodes is here for. So we just want to, on behalf of me and Ohead Ed, we want to thank you for joining us and blessing us again with another explanation of your bars.
Appreciate you, man.
And definitely check us out next time
Oh, that's that shit.
on Barcodes.
My inner voice sound like Ghostface. Daytona 500 racing with no brakes. Fuck it if I crash, I'll exploit it like the oh yeah. The boys in the paddy wagon was calling me oh yeah. The only other Spanish dude was crying on his own lap. Yo sé que tiene miedo, papi, but you don't wanna show that. I told him wipe your tears before we get up in these tears, cause they smuggled in some shears and they'll stab you for the sheer fuck of it. And I'm trying to be out this bitch by tomorrow morning. You need a hug, a teddy bear, and baby bottle warmer. Bro, I ain't never scared, and I've been in some life and death that could've changed everything with a slight misstep. But the angel on my shoulder hasn't missed yet, and I done pushed a lot of buttons. Not for nothing, I probably got it coming. God, I'm coming, so who I gotta talk to? I'll even do a few Hail Marys like I was talked to. I'll even go Sunday to confess. She told me save your breath, cause you gon' need it where you going. Okay, say left. I got no regrets, I got no remorse. Quoting Bill Cooper till my voice is hoarse. Below the pale, I vomit knowledge, you hold the pail. Them ghost riders around you, that's why you hoes are pale. I never been known to fail. I got bows for sale that broke the scale. I call them Young Jonah Hill. The Terps is terping, baby, you know the smell. So now them birds is chirping, that's how you know it's real. You feel me?